Welcome to Mitya. In this video, I want to quickly introduce you to the new version of Mitya. I'm going to build this simple demo based on a photo filter app. See, we have a simple way to navigate between two photos. And down here, we have two sliders that let us control the contrast and the saturation of our image. These controls work independently on both screens, so you'll see that we can change it separately over here. You can see that as I go back and forth. So let's build this. This is a new version of Mitya. It's a completely rewritten native version, so performance-wise, we're taking full advantage of OS X's graphic capabilities and hardware acceleration. So let's import our images into the demo. Let me just lay that out to match our initial state from our demo. I'm just going to duplicate this screen and lay this out to match the end state of our animation. And we need a way to connect these two screens. So we're going to select this arrow and click and drag from here to choose this screen as our destination. And then we do the same from the left arrow back to this screen. And that's it. We now have the automatic animation built for our prototype. So now the next thing that we need to do is build our sliders. For this demo, I'm just going to build one slider to show you how it's done. Now, this preview running here is actually FramerJS code. So what Mitya is doing is, it takes your visual designs from here, it translates them into Framer code, and then pushes it to this preview window. So you can take advantage of this by adding your own code on top of Mitya's auto-generated code to control your prototype. So here's the code editor. And we'll create our slider first. So honestly, unless you code every day, it's very easy to forget the actual functions to call to do all of this. So you can use this menu to help you along. What we have here is the common components that are available in Framer. In our case, we're going to choose a slider. And from here, we can choose the common functions. Right now, we just want to create a new slider. So I choose new and say add. And we have our slider. Let's move this down here. So that is 200. Move that to 107. And another thing I'm going to do is I want the slider to actually show up on the right. So I'm going to set its value at 100. So now it starts from here. Now we need to track this slider so that we can change the saturation of a layer as we drag the slider. We could do that in the same editor, but it'll be much easier for us to maintain a prototype if the code was actually a part of this screen itself. So that's what we're going to do. If we select the screen, we'll see that there's another code window that is specific to this screen. So we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to choose slider, and this time we're going to take the change value event and add that. Let's just make this a little bit bigger. So now I need a way to get a hold of this particular layer. So what Mitya does is it creates a bunch of JavaScript variables for each of the layers that you have in your prototype over here with the same name that you have here. So in our case, we want to access the flower layer. So that's what it's called. We say flower.saturate is equal to slider.value. And now if I drag this, we have the slider working. Now we need to do the same thing for the other screen. You see there's nothing actually happening here. So we choose the second screen, add the same event, and say forest.saturate is equal to slider.value. And now when I go to the other screen, you'll see that it changes. So now we have two different ways to work on a prototype. Over here, you can do your visual layouts, connect your screens and have them animate automatically. Of course, there's a powerful timeline editor, which I'll get into in a future video. And the moment you need to do something a bit more custom, then you can use the code editor that's built on top of Framer. So you can use both the visual editor as well as the code editor to build your prototypes. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.